Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 6, and today we're taking a look at the 1994 Nissan Silvia Ks. So we've already looked at the S13 generation of the Silvia Ks, and that version was from 1989. And this version was part of the S14 generation that was produced between October 1993 and November 1998. And compared to the S13, this is lower and wider, while also having a longer wheelbase and an increased track to aid stability, while also having styling that was far more rounded and curved than its predecessor as well, to reflect the changing times and also improve aerodynamics. So it's not as angular as that predecessor, but on the whole, this is still, a lot far as similar to that previous car as can be, outside of, some of those changes that I've already mentioned. So, it's still a rear-wheel drive coupe at the end of the day. It still has a 5-speed manual gearbox. Still got a turbocharged engine, and it's still got a reasonable amount of practicality. Can't show you the boot, but given it is a bigger car than the previous version, I doubt it's any smaller than that one. But we still also have a twin exhaust and a rear spoiler there, and also rear seats as well, which look decent enough, but obviously not going to be the most practical car because it is a coupe at the end of the day. But the interior still overall looks pretty nice. Nothing massively radical over its predecessor, but just looks a well sorted kind of vehicle, to be honest. So all in all, it looks pretty decent. But the main change, outside of all the way that it physically looks, is under the bonnet. So it now has a 2-litre turbocharged inline-4 that produces 217 horsepower and 202 pounds-feet of torque. So that is an increase over its predecessor of 44 horsepower and 36 pounds-feet of torque, and it gets that from having the implementation of Nissan's variable cam timing system known as NVCT, while on the intake cam in particular, and also a larger turbocharger as well. That said, this does weigh more than its predecessor because, like I said, it is a wider car while also being longer. And as a result, it weighs 280 pounds more at 2,789 pounds. But that increase in power is more than enough to make up for that weight. So it is actually a quicker car to 60 to 100, and in terms of top speed. But nonetheless, let's get out onto the Hakubu circuit and see just what this car can do. Right, so here we are at the Hakubu circuit, and as per usual, we'll hear what the car sounds like, and then we'll talk about it some more. So yeah, a really good sounding engine on this one, just like its predecessor, quite frankly. And this is one reason why these kind of older 90s coupes really work for me, is that the engine sounds good despite having its turbocharger, and that's because the turbocharger is there to aid the engine, not replace it or make up for a smaller displacement. So the turbocharger's there, but it's not the dominating force here, and that 2-litre engine is definitely what is being heard more than anything else. And that engine overall is powering this car to 60 in 6.265 seconds, 0 to 100 in 17.230 seconds, and going to a top speed of 159 miles an hour. So it's not massively quicker than its predecessor because of the extra weight it's carrying. It's only about 0.1 of a second quicker in both regards, but that is nonetheless still quicker, while having about 6 mile an hour over that car in terms of top speed. And yeah, also still handles really nicely, doesn't really feel like it's got that extra weight on the go, stops nicely as well, and really good power delivery as well. So yeah, on the whole, a very impressive car and a worthy successor to the S13 as far as I'm concerned. So yeah, as you probably already noticed, we are gradually going through the Silvia Ks that are on this game. There is a newer version that hasn't been on previous Forza games, I believe, that we will be eventually getting to. So yeah, but still, overall, an impressive car, and yeah, definitely one of my favourites from this period. In fact, I also recently raced this in a seasonal championship that was about retro sports cars, and this fits that category. So yeah, used it on that and had a blast driving in those 3 races while comfortably getting a first place position in each of them. So yeah, it's a fantastic car overall. I really like the looks of it, and yeah, the increase in power and torque makes up for its additional amount in weight. But that additional amount of weight hasn't, you know, just been frittered away. It is at the end of the day in aid of a more practical car, while also growing in terms of style and usability. So yeah, overall a fantastic car and a classic in its own right for sure. So yeah, but nonetheless, thank you for watching. If you have used this car before, I'd like to hear your thoughts on it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.